Man, what a huge day for Solana. Partnering up with Visa, one of the biggest companies in the world, $500 billion company. What does this mean for Solana? What does it mean for the price? Have I changed my mind and my conviction on Solana? We're going to break it down and a lot more. Of course, Solana had a hell of a crypto winter with their issues around SBF, Alameda Research, their downtime from a technical point of view before that, all leading to much of my conviction falling to the downside. But now you can see Visa have partnered up to expand the stablecoin settlement options to Solana. Visa expanded its USDC stablecoin settlement capabilities to Solana, forming partnerships with WorldPay and Nuvei for pilot programs. The company said it has already moved millions of USDC over the Solana and Ethereum blockchains to settle fiat payments through VisaNet. Huge update here. Remember, Visa is a $500 billion company. To put that into perspective, Solana is sitting here at $8 billion. This is major. They're playing with a company that is magnitudes the size of they are, and of course the incumbent in the payment space here in traditional world, right? This is huge for Solana. Now, of course, we then need to understand, what does this mean for price? We're seeing the price here initially, as I tweeted it, wasn't moving. We then started seeing a little bit of a move to the upside, and now we can see here on the daily chart, it's moving at about 1.6% up today, despite Bitcoin being down 0.5. So it's about 2% alpha versus Bitcoin, which is interesting. But what does this mean? Like, have we now changed our conviction? I mean, clearly it's a positive sign. Clearly it's a positive sign that one of the world's biggest companies has decided to partner with Solana. It's a major feather in their cap, so we cannot deny it. So this is a positive thing. I think one thing that Solana has done really positively ever since their downfall with SBF and Alameda Research is they continue to do their building, right? And that's all you can ask for from a project which is struggling. Keep building use cases, keep creating partnerships, and make people need and want your blockchain to exist. And that's what you're noticing with Solana. If you look at this right now, why would a company like Visa want to partner with these guys, right? And you see, the clue is here, right? The clue is here. What do they want to do? Stable coins like USDC are cutting-edge payment technology that can enable online businesses around the world to accelerate their growth. Optimizing cross-border transactions is only one use case where stablecoins can benefit businesses. As a leading global payments company, we are constantly focused on innovation, and we're excited to work with Visa to bring these capabilities to our partners. But here's what I want you guys to focus on. They want to make sure that they can provide instant settlement, and that is where Solana's been great. A lot of throughput, really fast. Now, what did that come as a consequence of? If you remember, we have our blockchain trilemma. What's the other leg of the trilemma? It's security, right? It's centralization, security. And we know that's where Solana has fallen down. But it seems like Visa's kind of ignoring that. Visa's saying, you know what? We know you have downtime. We know you have some weaknesses in your infrastructure. But you're the fastest, highest throughput, actual tested platform we can use. And props to Solana for being that, right? Because we know there are other competitors in the layer 1 space. There's Near Protocol, there's Algorand, there's Phantom, there's various others, Avalanche. Why would they partner with Solana? Because after Ethereum, it's just Solana. There is a big difference still. There's still Ethereum, then Solana, then the rest of the pack. It just is that way because Solana actually created use case. It actually created volumes, whether it was with NFTs or other things. People were actually using it. So a lot of people did onboard onto the Solana blockchain. So the infrastructure is there in a decent place. So this is an interesting update here. Of course, they did initially do a pilot with Crypto.com, which originally went quite successfully, and now they're partnering with WorldPay and Nuvei, and they're moving the stablecoins across the Solana blockchain. So this is good. It's good for the Solana community. You can see here, of course, the price responding slowly, nothing crazy, up 2.2% now. You can see here, this is the hourly chart. We are getting this move out of this resistance zone. The resistance was around 19.8, now moving past 20. Again, let's bring out the EMA ribbon. Let's take a look. We're now obviously above our EMA ribbon. If we drop it across to, let's take a look at the 4-hourly chart. You can see we're trying to now use this candlestick to close above the 4-hourly. If we move that across then to the daily chart, you can see we're still a little bit under the daily chart. So really, you want to see Solana try to use this as impetus to get above 21.7. If it can get above 21.7 here, above its EMA ribbon, and close above its EMA ribbon over the next day or two, that's going to be a positive sign. But it's going to be difficult because you've not got Bitcoin headwind with you, right? You've not got, tailwind with you. You've not got Bitcoin moving in the green. So to counteract Bitcoin for that long is going to be hard. But at the end of the day, it's another partnership, right? It's a partnership. It adds a feather in their cap. It shows credibility, big credibility. It's a big company. It's a big deal. And that's all going to help Solana in their pursuit going into the next bull run. So let's get to the point. Where do I sit now with Solana? You guys know my situation. I managed to get into Solana really early with a low-cost basis. And so when Solana started to tumble, I made videos telling you guys I lost conviction well before the SBF stuff started collapsing. I told you I didn't like the downtime. I didn't like the technical flaws. That's a problem for me. And so I started losing conviction. The SBF and the Alameda research unwind continued to add more doubt, right? Like more worries about what's going on, what are the intentions of the team. But they continue to build, which is good. But I didn't sell my bag at the time, right? Only because I had a low-cost basis. If I had a high-cost basis, I would have been out. I just left it because it was a low-cost basis. I was virtually break-even / a little bit below. Fine. Now we're starting to see that we're starting to get back into the green again. And I hadn't sold that bag. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm adding. And I haven't added in that mean run. So if you look at this here on Solana, I've not added throughout this period here to the downside. The question is going to be, do I want to add now? Because the reality is Solana is still one of the very few legit players that has a chance of really exploding in the next bull run, right? If you look at the landscape that we've got now, Bitcoin has institutional credibility. It's a matter of time before we get our spot ETF. We've got the futures ETFs, institutional credibility, pension funds, mutual funds, BlackRock and the like want to get involved with Bitcoin. Fine. We're even starting to see that with Ethereum. Right, we're starting to see that same process start to map up with Ethereum. Institutions are interested in Ethereum. They're already asking for futures ETFs. And then soon, eventually, they'll get their spot ETF and we know where that process is going to go. But what's going to be the one thereafter? Because there's a big gulf between Ethereum and the next layer one solution. And that's there where I think Solana, if they play their cards right, could be that. But they're a high-risk play. Just like Facebook would have been a high-risk play, Solana is just like that. They take risks, they're bold, they could blow up, right? They could literally blow up because of their downtime and cause problems. But that's the risk you've got to take as an investor. You've got to decide, are you in or are you out? And so right now, I'm getting ready to see if I can start nibbling this. But I want to see a few more things first. And that is I want to see this continuous improvement. I want to see a period without downtime. I want to see how it scales up. Because right now, volumes are low. People aren't using crypto, so I don't expect Solana to have downtime. What happens when the hype starts picking up? What happens when volume's starting to pick up? People are using NFTs again, volumes are soaring, everybody's interested in crypto. Are we going to see those same weaknesses? I mean, you imagine Visa's relying on Solana's infrastructure and blockchain, and then you have downtime like that. That would be global disaster, right? So this is a little bit of worry in the back of my head, but that being said, you cannot ignore Solana, right? They're clearly one of the biggest players and clearly could be next in line after Ethereum. And that fact continues to remain. More people have used Solana than a Phantom, more people have used Solana than an Algorand because the use cases are there. And despite the tech not quite being there from a decentralization point of view or from a security point of view even, people want fast, innovative solutions with high throughput. And Solana offers it at this point. So they know their niche in the market, right? They know where they sit in the market. They're not trying to be the best tech. They're not trying to be the most decentralized. They're not trying to be the most secure. But when it's for throughput, high, tested, and used, they've managed to achieve that, right? And that's where they've really delivered on their project in terms of a business model. Now, they still got to shake off this whole Sam Bankman-Fried, Alameda kind of tint. But the only way they can do that is by continuing to work. Keep building, and hopefully by the bull run, let their work speak for itself, let their statistics speak for itself, let the volume and the addresses and the utility of the blockchain speak for itself, and then start to move to the upside. So that's where I sit on Solana, guys. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on Solana? Is this in your portfolio? Is it out of your portfolio? Are you adding? Are you waiting? Let me know. If you appreciate this type of content, don't forget to smash on likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Click this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.